Hello everyone! Today I wanted to talk about the seasonal events of 2024. This is a video, I was actually excited to make this video and talk about my favorite seasonal events. I'm not really talking about stuff like Breach Executable, Battleground Echoes. I'm talking about Dawning, Lost, Guardian Games, Summer Solstice. I wanted to make this video and I was really excited because other years I really love some of these events. You know, back in the day, I have great memories of running the Infinite Forest. I have great memories of baking cookies and bringing them all around, getting all of the fun ingredients. Even at the beginning of this Dawning, I had a lot of fun getting the ingredients. It was cool, like, trying to figure out how to map, like, which activities gave me the right ingredients. I remember on day one, I was doing old Onslaught from Into the Light on Midtown because it was like just the one that happened to be that day, because I needed what are the one that drops from the Fallen, the flakes, right? The not the chitin powder, but the like etheric flakes. I can't even remember, but like, you know what I mean. I really wanted those, and I was really excited. Every event sucked this year. Every event. Every single one. This is the first year where I played all of them. I usually skip out on Festival of the Lost because the Haunted Lost sectors suck. They are so bad. But I really wanted some of the guns, and I really had fun just playing Destiny at the time. But I was so upset by Festival of the Lost. What a flop, really. Dawning was also kind of a flop, and I wanted to make this video and rank them. But I hit record not too long ago, and I sat here and I started talking into the microphone. And I said to myself, are they all not just like the worst? Like, I was going to rank them and be like, wow, Dawning's got to be at the top. And I was like, wow, Dawning kind of sucked. And then I was like, well, Guardian Games like probably sucked. And then I was like, well, Guardian Games was probably like the best one. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, was Solstice the best one? Because Solstice had like an interesting enough loop. I think Dawning is still the best one, probably, just because you get to do whatever you want. There's no activity you're forced to interact with. But at the same time, by doing that and limiting the amount of Essence of Dawning that we got to such a small number, it felt like we were forced to do checkpoint farming and dungeon farming and all this stuff, even though it wasn't, you know, an actual event for the seasonal. So it felt better than Festival of the Lost. It really did. But, like, was it that much better? I don't know. I really think they got to rework the whole thing that they do. Because I'm sitting here thinking some of these guns are classics. You got Glacio, that's a classic. You got Hullabaloo, that's one of my favorite guns of the whole year. Hullabaloo, I think, is such a smash hit with, and a lot of my friends that didn't farm Hullabaloo, they're using Dimensional Hypotrochoid, and telling me how much fun they're having with it. Where's my Hullabaloo? I gotta pull it up. Maybe I'll make Hullabaloo the eye candy for the video. Like, you know, you guys can look at Hullabaloo instead of my station wagon. But like, really? Why is this gun not available for another 3 months? It hasn't been out since last year. Why are these guns locked? Someone commented in one of my other videos, like, I really wish that these guns that were on yearly lockouts available for 3 weeks of the year were more available. And I really hadn't thought about it because I was like, oh, Glacio drops from the Dawning. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I read that comment and I was like, wow, thank you. This makes so much sense. And I just didn't put two and two together. Why is Hullabaloo not available the whole year? And it's not like Hullabaloo is like a 140 hand cannon, dime a dozen, and it's not even that good. Hullabaloo is like one of two heavy wave frames in the game, and the other one drops from Neomuna World Drops, and it's craftable, which is nice. This one is not craftable. I like when destination weapons are craftable, by the way. I don't want to make that seem like I don't. Especially because a gun like this, where there's not very many other options, I like that, like, the base option is crafted. So, where do I even go? What do I even talk about? Like, all of the events are, like, not good. You have, like, Bungie, if you're listening, you have to rework these events from the ground up, like you did Summer Solstice. Summer Solstice is... I think if I were to actually properly rank them, I think Summer Solstice would be at the top. It didn't have a ton of great loot, but the actual, like way that you interacted with it, like, you got silver leaves from doing the bounties, which you did whatever you want, and you had choice. It was really cool. For my group, it basically came down to re-roll until you got the Grandmaster one, because, you know, we had the people for Grandmasters, and we were playing the game a lot anyway, but I didn't even do that. I was doing the ones that are, like, kill people with arc and make orbs. And, yeah, I didn't finish all three things on all three all the armor pieces on every character, but I don't play on every character, so I didn't need to worry about rushing it. And I think I didn't even play Solstice for the first week because I was burnt out from the day one. So, you know, I thought Solstice was actually kind of good. If Solstice, and the armor from Solstice was actually very, very good too. If they gave us a way to make armor matter, which I made a video about, you can check that out. How I'm excited for those changes to armor that are coming next year, or whenever Bungie decides they're coming out. I don't know if they're next year, but whenever they decide they're coming out, they're coming out. So if Solstice had everything it had, and also slightly better guns, but Compass Rose was a good gun, right? It was a really good gun, and then they released a million more precision frame things in the energy slot, which I thought was really good that they did that, because Compass Rose being the only one would have been kind of like a nightmare if it was only available from Summer Solstice. Like, really? So I'm really glad that they didn't go all in on that, especially because it was really difficult to focus farm for a role you wanted. I don't think I got a single one with Threat Detector opening or Slide Shot opening. I don't think I got one with either role. Let me check. I don't even know if I capped them. No, the only one I have... Here, let's take a look at it. When did I enhance this? 8/27. This is the only one I kept. And it's not even perfect. It's not even perfect. But it's a good gun. So I liked Compass Rose. I thought the rocket launcher was good from Solstice. It got like bipod hatchling, or hatchling bipod, I think. The bow was a bow, and I can't even remember what the other gun was. I'm not even gonna lie. Right? Like, it was... No, title is from Guardian Games. Either way, it doesn't matter, right? Let's talk about Guardian Games briefly. Guardian Games was alright. I think Guardian Games was the third best. I'd have to put Solstice at top, and then Dawning, and then Guardian Games, and then Festival of the Lost. They need to change Festival of the Lost. It's been dog shit for as long as I can remember, and I started playing in Shadowkeep. I have fond memories of it, but it wasn't fun doing it in the moment. Like, I have memories being like, wow, this is so cool, and I want to learn more about the Infinite Forest, and I love the motif, and this and that. But the activity wasn't anything special. It was like a strike, you know, but it was only one strike. So I don't blame them for getting rid of it, but what they replaced it with was infinitely worse. And then they come out with Dawning, And they hide some of these guns that are really good behind Dawning, like Glacioclasm. I think Zephyr's good with Attrition Orbs and Whirlwind Blade. I think that Avalanche is good. I have a couple Avalanches from this year. I've got one with auto-loading closing time. I've got one, not auto-loading closing time. I've got one with closing time firing line for PvP. I was using that earlier when I was trying to play some trials today. Where is that one at? Yeah, I've got closing time firing line. I've got another one with auto-loading Cascade Point. That one's really fun. Because, like, you just take out the gun and you, like, shoot the major or whatever, and then you put it away. And it's pretty fun. And then I like to run that with, like, Martyr's Retribution or something that has a lot of ad clear potential. Actually, probably not Martyrs. If I was going to run that right now, like, literally right this second, I'd probably put on Necrochasm and then, like, a Fusion. Maybe, like, Eremite. Because Necrochasm would take care of all the ads. And then Eremite would clean up whatever Avalanche doesn't kill. And yeah, that would work for me. Maybe instead of Eremite, I'd put on, like, Techian or, you know, just something else. But, like, you kind of get it. It's a lot of fun. It's not, like, particularly amazing by any means. But it's a lot of fun. Something else I want to mention is that this gun is not enhanced all the way, even though I'm actively using it, because I literally just cannot afford to do it. Ascendant Alloy, this video, I don't know if this video is coming out before or after the Ascendant Alloy video, but, because I'm recording them back to back, so whichever video I decide is better will come out today. But maybe this video will come out today because it's more timely. I don't think it has to do with what's better. I think this video is more timely because the further we get into the year, the more information we're going to have about the new stuff. And I kind of just, I don't know. They got to change it. This is not good. Whatever they're doing right now with the seasonal activities, this is not good. Why do I have to grind my butt off for a gun that won't come back for a year? And it's like, I don't even know if the gun will be good until I get it. Glacio is an exception, right? Because Glacio has always been good. But now Glacio is a better option in PvE. But even though there's better options than Glacio in PvE, for certain things, I like higher rate. I like the higher charge time fusions. So, you know, rapid fires are not really my favorite. Adaptives aren't really my favorite, but I really still do want a Gravitic Arrest for PvP. I want to try it because I haven't used an adaptive in a long time, and the last time I used an adaptive, it was Burden of Guilt, and it had, like, Perpetual Emotion and, like, on high impact reserves, I think was the role. And I was like, wow, this feels like the worst. And I showed it to my friends, and I was like, why does this feel so bad? And they were like, because that roll sucks. And I was like, all right, cool. So do I still have that Burden of Guilt? No, I actually do not have my Burden of Guilt anymore. I deleted it because it was so bad. Even though that fusion is one of the best fusions in that slot in the game. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get a good one. I want to make a video. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I didn't have the words. I didn't know how to describe it. So I guess maybe I'll just, like, kind of put it in this video, and then when I have some better thoughts, I'll make it its own video. But I wanted to make a video about Trials and how that game mode's loot economy is also very skewed and not very fun. Trials as a mode is fun. Dominion Trials is actually really good, but the loot distribution and the time investment is not worth it. But I'm getting a little off track. So just to wrap things up all nice and neat, Solstice was the best seasonal event we had this year. By far, by a mile, a country mile. Then Dawning, but it's like a really big gap between Dawning and Solstice, in my opinion. especially because Solstice, like, I don't know, this is not like entirely objective what I'm about to say, but vibes were better for Solstice than they were for Dawning. So that was also a big thing. Because Final Shape just came out, the Raid just came out, vibes were more up. And then after 2 more mediocre at best events in Dawning and Lost wasn't even mediocre, I'm sorry. And then they put a new shotgun frame in Festival of the Lost. Like, hello? Like, why not drop a new shotgun frame and then also a shotgun from Festival of the Lost so that, like, you know, you could get, like, the Arc one from Festival of the Lost, but then the kinetic one that's, like, craftable or not craftable or very easily farmable or whatever is very attainable. I don't know. Not happy about that gun. What is it called? Divine Embrace? I kept a couple copies of this. Arcane Embrace. I kept a couple copies of this gun. Because it looks like it can be fun. This is the main one that I really was excited about. I don't even know if I've used it very much. Dual loader Desperado. I haven't used it that much. I should really give this thing another try. But I don't know. Why is this gun only available from Festival of the Lost? It's the only heavy burst shotgun in the game. What are you thinking, Bungie? When does everyone else get to play with this that didn't want to play with the dog shit event? When does everyone who I don't know, maybe they had some family stuff or personal stuff at the time and they didn't get to play for those 3 weeks. Halloween's a busy time, midterm season for college students, you know, and that's mainly my demographic who I spend time with. So, and even then, Halloween is like a busy time of year, you know? It's always a busy time of year. So they need to extend these events. When Dawning came out, I really thought it was going to be 4 weeks. I really did. And I was very upset that it was not 4 weeks because they released it a week earlier than I thought it would. So, looking at the calendar, Dawning started on the 10th and ended on the 31st, right? So that's 1, 2, 3 weeks. So I really thought it was going to go up through and into next week and end on the 7th. And if they did that, I would have been much happier. I think people would have had more time to farm. It wouldn't have been as excruciating. People wouldn't feel as though they were forced to checkpoint farm as much. It wouldn't have been as miserable. That's really the one word I can really use to describe my experience with a lot of these seasonal events. It's miserable. So, let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite seasonal event? What are some of your favorite memories doing Dawning or Festival of the Lost or Infinite Forest or Summer Solstice and the airs, whatever it's called, the Air Zone or Guardian games if you really like doing Supremacy or class-based Supremacy with your friends and competing. I really like that like they had the statue up all year for the Guardian games. I thought that was really cute. But I wish they'd do it more often, you know? I wish Guardian Games was twice a year. That would be really cool. What if Guardian Games was like the month before what's that one? The Halloween one. What if it was like in August or September? You know? Or what if they moved... it should be every 6 months, or every 3 months, or every 4 months. You know, we should have the ability to, like, have this, like, little rivalry among the classes. That'd be really cute, right? Like, because it would be, like, a cute little thing to be like, Hunters are the best, Titans are the best, Warlocks are the best. No! You know, and everyone fighting about it, and then every 4 months we go, all right, here, we're putting it to the test. You know, who can do the GMs? Who can do the class-based Supremacy? It's not it's not rocket science, Bungie. Make the game fun. Make the people interact with the game in an interesting and fun way. That's it for today. Have a great day, guys. See you later.